Hello everybody, and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society, the Emperor's Challenge, and we're ready to start a new run. So let's see what we got here. What is our daily and weekly? Okay, so our weekly one we've already looked at. We looked at it last time. It's Devious Champion and Gold Collector, and that was what we ran. It went interestingly. If you haven't seen that, that was a previous series. 10-1 is the first episode of that. So let's take a look at our daily one. Treasure Hunt Spotter and Campaign Token Master. Oh, wow. That's an interesting one. The obvious way to get Treasure Hunt is by getting the engineering tree tech that gives you a treasure hunt for every treasure you find. However, before that point, you're gonna have some issues, and you need a good amount of study in order to get to that point. And this doesn't help at all because you also need to be focused on campaign. So now, fortunately for here, this is Token Master, which means you're just focusing on improving the output of your campaign tokens, not necessarily the amount of campaign tokens you get. But that said, in order to be efficient, if you're going to spend a lot of resources making your campaign token better, you should theoretically also want to get more of them, right? Interesting. Let's do something that I haven't done before. Let's see what the game recommends for a crew. Let's see what they recommend for a well-suited crew to the challenge. I'm curious. Okay. Amelia, Charles, and Hojo. Why these? So this is a friendly crew. Letter to the Queen gives you a treasure hunt whenever a diplomat spends insight in London. Okay, well that's pretty awesome. Yeah, can't disagree with them there. And upgrade your discovery. Well, that's not good. You want to upgrade your campaign. Huh. Let's see who else they recommend. They're really recommending Hojo. I wonder if his campfire card, which I haven't unlocked, is very, very good for this challenge. That may be a problem, because I don't have it. Yeah, I wonder if that's why they're recommending Hojo. Probably. Wang, doesn't seem to... Oh, here we go. Gain 1 secret for every 2 journalists, but that doesn't affect our campaign. I don't see how why that's suggested either. Renown received from gold increased, okay, but we're not going to be finding discoveries. We're looking for treasure hunts and campaign. I don't know. They're having Hojo in every single one, and Charles, which makes sense because of Letter to the Queen. So I'm going to make the assumption that whatever his campfire card is must be very, very good for this challenge. I don't have that, so we're going to have to deal with it anyway. But I wouldn't mind taking Hojo with us just to try to get that card unlocked. It would be nice to finish off my card collection. That's the only one I'm missing. Totally Spy is pretty good, gotta admit. 2 treasure hunt, 2 secret, 2 discovery, rogue sneaking, and rogue surprise. I was surprised when I first saw this card how good it is, how good it seems. And my thought at the time was there must be some sort of downside. If there is, I didn't find it on that run. It only seemed to be great. It's an excellent campfire card. Wonderful. I mean, it would be strong even if it just gave you 2 treasure hunt, 2 secret, and 2 discovery. The fact that it also gives her 2 rogue perks for free is just incredible. I like Phelan. I like playing with Phelan. I really should use Hojo. What is Hojo really good at? I guess he's friendly, probably. Yes, he's really, really good at friendly. Okay, interesting. I think I've only ever run him in an aggressive crew, so running him in a friendly crew might be fun. Let's just see who else. I'm just gonna do some random rolls. Yeah, they have Hojo in every single one. His campfire card must be amazing for this. I'll be really curious to figure out what it is now. Okay, well, interesting, regardless. Alright, let's take Hojo and try to try to unlock his card. Alright, so Hojo we're definitely going to take. Now, I can't take him as a captain, so I'll just put him in as one of my other 2 crew members. And then we should pick a captain who is either really good at campaign or really good at getting treasure hunts. Let's take a look at some of our options here. I don't remember everyone's captain perks offhand, so I'm just going to run through really quick and see what I can find. Okay. 100% gold from treasure hunts. That wouldn't be bad. But he's not very good friendly. I mean, mostly just because Piercing Shot is amazing. And so it seems a shame to take him and not be able to use Piercing Shot. 50% extra gold from encounter, okay. Oh, plus 5 stats from collect, interesting. Via becomes stronger and plus 10 campaign when you defeat a boss with aggressive. I mean, that's certainly interesting. But we want to go. We already decided we want to go friendly, so. Plus 5 to 10 gold from campaign. That's it. That's the one. What? That's really good. I mean, that automatically makes your campaign token do an average of 7 extra resources. Unless I see something else, that's incredible. Oh, that's why Charles is being included. Acquiring a specialist entourage will give your campaign token a random improvement. Okay. Plus 2 to 4 research from campaign for Hildegard. There again, something that automatically increases the value of your campaign tokens. Alright, so my take on this is that Hildegard, Charles, and Jean Piet, or nope, Han Pete, are incredible for this challenge. But I want to go for Jan Piet. It just seems so good, but he is not friendly. He just can't. He has peace treaty, but his regular try to impress is terrible, and he has no other friendly attacks. And I did say I really wanted to use Hojo. So my options here are either to go with an aggressive crew with Jan Piet, or go with a friendly crew with Hojo and take Hildegard or Charles. Hildegard has an automatic 3 extra resources per campaign token. And it is study, or research, which is good because that will help us get that treasure hunt paper. That will let us get a treasure hunt for every treasure. That seems good. Or Charles. Acquiring a specialist entourage will give your campaign token a random improvement, which will make it easier during the entire game to keep leveling up our campaign token. Whereas Hildegard will let us start with a better campaign token. Yeah. Interesting. Well, okay, let's take a look at them from a combat perspective, because again, lately, combat has been my problem, not getting the points. So, Charles is aggressive or devious. Well, there you go then. If we're going friendly, we can't go Charles. So we're gonna have Hildegard lead us again. We've done this a couple times, and I don't remember how it's gone, but I know at least one of them we did okay at. Okay, Hildegard, you get your chance to shine again. Choose a crew member to gain +1 campaign and +2 study on Beguiler, Quick Thinker, and Tactician spins. Alright. So someone who is a Beguiler, Quick Thinker, and a Tactician would be good. That's unlikely to happen, but it's worth keeping in mind. We need someone to fill out our party. And you know who we haven't run with in a while? Is Pedrino. And I think I'm going to take Pedrino. Yep. Think this is gonna happen. Now, my only reason I wouldn't want to take Pedrino is because he is also a Beguiler, and we already have a Diplomat. You know what? Let me look at something real quick before we choose to continue this. I'm thinking. Just thinking here. Trying to figure out what we're going to do. No, this is fine. This is fine. I wouldn't mind taking someone other than Padrino necessarily, but he is so strong in combat that he will help us get through without dying, which I think is worth it. Maria's good. An extra +3 campaign if you resolve an encounter friendly. Not bad. Extra stuff from secrets, which we're probably not going to get a lot of. An extra renown for archaeologists, which we aren't going to have one. Okay. So maybe not Maria. We just did a run with Yvonne, or I might choose her. But we just played with her, so probably not. Huam's a diplomat. We already have Hildegard. And we could do Phelan. Phelan's story, like we said, is extremely strong. It does give us some treasure hunts. But we already have a diplomat. Do we really need a beguiler? Probably not. We could go with Victor, who is a tactician. That could work out well. All expeditions unlock 1 level earlier. That's a really interesting one. 150 renown per level 2 diplomat, which we will have at least 1 for Hildegard. But renown is not our focus on Emperor's Challenge. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we could always go with Ivan. Ivan can take a vow of peace and become friendly. But then if you don't grab vow of peace really early, then you're in trouble. And we don't really need a lot of study. Ivan is really good in a study crew. All right, let's just go with Padrino. I like Padrino. I feel confident with him, and he will help us survive the early game here. All right, where do we want to start? Wow, we want treasure hunt and campaign tokens. I guess we'll start with campaign then, and go from there. And then if we get a chance to take our hidden hoard, we'll take a treasure hunt instead of a secret. All right, let's do it. I've started to take longer and longer to choose my crew at the start of each expedition. That's actually a really good thing. That means that there's enough very interesting decisions to make to keep the game fresh every time we do a run, which I like. All right, let's go. We don't need the tutorial. There is our goal. We've got an interesting shaped little island here with some status right off the bat. Let's go grab it. Locals with fake swords and helmets wearing badges saying support Viking history. We're Vikings of the days of old, and we're going to complement their campaign efforts. Did you know the Vikings were the first Europeans to sail to the Americas? We're looking for your longship. A longship of the famous Leif Erikson? This is amazing. We're going to send a message to Viking headquarters in Copenhagen about you right now, and that gives us 3 campaign. Alright. Collector of Campaign is our special mission right now too, so that'll help. Some rare mushrooms. There we go. We'll complete that right now. 1 point to us, 0 to Rivalo. Nature Explorer. Alright, we'll look to see if we can find a nature challenge. The crew finds some true Viking architecture, a turf house. Due to lack of wood here, and as it provides better insulations, Vikings built houses covered in earth. Let's enter. This big turf house is the clubhouse of the Viking Committee, a group that tries to preserve Viking history. Maybe we can socialize a little bit with them, and Hildegard is decent at that, 78%, I think it was. Yeah, there we go, not bad. The chairman is impressed by Hildegard's charming allure, who is accepted as a member. There's a secret treasure room with unimaginable finds. I'll try to get the best treasure for you, since you're the best explorers we've ever met. Awfully nice. 50% chance of the dragon head, 25% for Freya's spear, and 25% for the pumpkin king. I don't know which of those is the best choice, so we'll just see what we get. Dragon head, alright. +1 study whenever a scientist succeeds on a spin. We don't have any scientists, so that would be a terrible idea, but 1 to 2 stats from campaign will help out our campaign token mastery very, very nicely. That was a pretty good treasure for us. And there's our first campaign token master points. That was pretty early, but it was helped by Hildegard starting us off with some extra points. That was good. Okay, keep exploring. When chit-chatting about the weather, Hildegard mentions the search for the Viking longboat. The aldermen are ecstatic. Okay. They're going to spread the word for us. Nice. However, Pedrino manages to insult Iceland. That's not good. Pedrino is very nationalistic. He loves Brazil, and so he will tend to accidentally make some gaffes occasionally. He's a beguiler, not a diplomat. He doesn't know the correct things to say in a situation. He's just likable. There's a difference. You know, I relate to that. I tend to come across as, you know, most people get along well with me. I tend to come across as likable, but I often find myself, especially after the fact, going, well, that was a stupid thing to say. Why did I do that? Not a very good diplomat, me. Hopefully I'd be a little bit better at beguiler. Okay, we have Mentor Explorer. One crew member, not Hildegard, gains +1 campaign and +2 study on beguiler, quick thinker, and tactician spins. So that pretty much limits us to Pedrino. He is a beguiler. But we're probably not going to level him in beguiler, which makes that hard. So I think I'm going to pass on Mentor Explorer. Choose level 3 beguiler who gains +4 campaign. Pass on that as well. Some study. Pass on that. Gain 1 encounter for each level of tactician, beguiler, or quick thinker in your crew. Currently only 2 encounter. That would be nice to keep, but not for now. I guess we're going to take the study then. That will help us get our early research papers done, which will help us later. We saw last run what can happen to us if we don't have enough study early on. It can really hurt your ability to get stuff later on. All right. 1 campaign, 8 study. Nice. Crew finds a place that looks like it might be an old settlement. By carefully excavating the area, the crew makes some small finds. Viking trinkets of times long past. The trinkets are not worth much, but some study and some campaign is nice. And let's go to our first encounter here. You encounter 2 rude men. Okay. We'll have to defend ourselves. Excuse me, taking a drink there. Alright, here we go. Mr. and Mrs. Devious, Arrivalo already has 1 pip toward it out of 2, which means he'll probably grab it before we can do 2 encounters anyway. And Emotion Spreader, get 2 opponents in the Enraged emotion. We do have 1 member with the Enrage attack, so we could try to do that. Okay, very good. So that's 1. And then we'll come back here and take out this guy. Close. Almost took him out in 1 shot. We'll bring Hildegard back to finish that off. We can't kill defeat. Let's use the word defeat. We can't defeat the guy that Pedrino already attacked, because if we do, we'll lose the 1 emotion spreader we already have. And we can't have that. So we'll just hope Pedrino can tank these 2 shots. Well, that'll make it easier. And that makes it really easy now, doesn't it? What is Pedrino's... Okay, 24% chance, and he just hit it twice. That was pretty lucky. Okay, do we have anyone? No. One unfortunate thing here is we only have 1 crew member who has Excite, which means it's going to be a little bit harder to one-shot people than it would be otherwise. Nice range on Hojo's Impress, though. I believe Hildegard has the 2 range as well, which means Pedrino's the only one who doesn't. That's fine. We're going to Excite Hildegard with Pedrino. Normally I like to have 1 other member with Excite, so I can Excite Pedrino and then have Pedrino use Party Time once he gets it. We're not going to be able to do that, because we don't have another character besides Pedrino who can Excite. It's unfortunate. I should have thought of that probably, but this is the team we wanted to go with because of other reasons. And that's one of the sacrifices you make for Renowned Explorer Emperor's Challenge, right? Alright, let's proceed. And Hildegard's already leveled up. And we'll give her Diplomat. I think that's going to be important for this run. Gives her some extra speech. And unlocks Cheer, which is great. Oh, now Cheer actually can excite people. So maybe we use Cheer to excite Pedrino in those cases. That would be a way to get around it. That'd be fine. A little bit of a waste of the really good heal on it, but acceptable nonetheless. Okay, we get a camp. Thrill Seeking. Hojo and Pedrino play a game of cards. The loser has to climb down a dangerous cliff, fetch a stone, and come back. The stone turned out to be a gemstone. Lucky. Alright. They then tell all kinds of stories. The stories were interesting and exciting, but the best story was Told by who? Now, Storyteller is a Beguiler perk. So it would make the most sense to give that to Bedrino, probably. Bedrino is the crew's Storyteller. Alright, very nice. And he should have gained that. Yep, there we go. Beguiler Storytelling. So if we want to give him more Beguiler perks, we now can. He already has the first one. We are out of supplies. Hojo loses some armor. Yeah, that will only matter if we go against Tommy. We'll see. An abandoned farm to get some more supplies. Very good. And we'll just continue around our objective. 2 villagers keep following you and annoying you with well-intentioned questions. These friendly gentlemen need to be convinced to stop following you. We can do that. Alright, let's see what our emotion spreader again. Alright, well. We can try to do the exact same thing we did last time. Oh, you know what? We totally forgot to do it last time, didn't we? I wasn't even thinking. We didn't get it. Huh. Well, that was silly of me after talking about it, and I didn't even realize. Okay, well, we'll bring Hildegard back, and, you know what? No, we won't. Let's try this out. We'll cheer Hojo. And bring Hojo back here. And he should be able to one-shot him now. Ooh, actually, not quite. Rolled high, though. Alright. Another miss. And this one will probably hit. No, another miss. Wow, these guys are having bad luck hitting. And Hildegard doesn't even have any grit, so he just failed. Wow, minus 25 speech defense. Because of the minus 30 speech defense on tyrannizing, something like that. Alright, come on, Pedrino. There we go. That should give us our emotion spreader. Keep us ahead of Rivalo. We'll bring Hildegard over to finish off this guy. It doesn't matter how we finish this combat. We do get an extra encounter if we finish it friendly, so I will try to do that, but it may be a little difficult. We've been in Devious for 2 turns. We did get it. Very nice. Extra encounter token for us. In a kind but firm manner, you explain to them that they have to leave now. Once Hildegard gives them some foreign candy, they thank you wholeheartedly and go away. Alright. Both of our other levels up. Nice. And I do actually want to have an athlete, so I'm gonna do Hojo an athlete, even though Quick Thinker gives him speech, which would be nice, and athlete gives him attack. I just really like to have an athlete. It's surprising how often athlete comes in handy on friendly expeditions. It often surprises me when I recall that. But a lot of the expeditions that are really good with a friendly crew also are really good with an athlete. There we go. Alright, and we will give Pedrino some more survivalist perks over Beguiler. We already have a diplomat. I know they don't do quite the same thing, but I generally only like to have one of the two. And there is a witch challenge here. We are low on supplies, but we can do this one. Some villages are going to perform a piece about Vikings. The director approaches you. Will one of you play the Viking Jarl? Okay. Well, we have 2 people who are probably would be decent at it. You know what? I think it's fun, the idea of having Hildegard play the Jarl. Let's do that. Hildegard would make a good Viking, right? Well, apparently not. She failed. Alright. Well, never mind. Well, I would like to get our Hidden Hoard, because it will help with our treasure hunt spotter, and we're already very close to Rivalo taking that. So it's worth taking some debuffs in order to make sure we get that and not him. There's our treasure hunt. Hildegard loses some armor, but there are our points. Which means Rivalo gets reset, which is important. Alright, let's go do this, and then we'll go to the end. Sometimes your crew finds opportunities to promote itself shamelessly. Okay, 50% chance for Bedrino because he's a Beguiler. That's apparently better in this case than a diplomat. I was just talking about how sometimes Beguiler is better than Diplomat and vice versa, and we just ran into 2 situations in a row where that was true. Alright, 2 campaign and a collect. Let's see what we lose. Speech defense. Alright, a little unfortunate, but let's go. The Viking boat must be nearby. And there it is. But of course, we're going to run into Rivalo, and we'll see who he's going to send against us. to try to distract us. Tommy. All right. That's a little unfortunate because we have had 2 members who have lost armor already. But Tommy does like it if you are friendly. He appreciates that very much. He's a friendly chap, despite his aggressive nature. So, let's see what we can do. Now, we did get all our level ups, which is very important here because we have party time. Ooh, I cannot quite reach from there. I want to go in here, but I can't quite reach from any angle. A little unfortunate. But I probably could if I could take out one of these. Yeah. I've never used reaching out. Let me read this real fast. 10%, 100%. Range melee, cooldown 3 turns. 125% speech power, which is really good. Removes 2 aggressive and 2 devious pips while adding 3 friendly to the mood. Okay, yeah, that's really good. We don't need it right now. We'll just do a standard impressed attack, and then we'll bring Adreno now, who has a easier way into here. There we go, and he can start working on Tommy and take out 2 of the goons, because party time is incredible. And Hildegard should be able to finish off this one by herself. We also got our extra point there from our specialty mission, which is good. 10 points to 3, not bad. And I think I'm just going to ignore the rest of the goons, and we'll just take out Tommy this next turn. I don't see any reason to mess around. So far, I'm pretty happy with this crew. They seem very, very strong. We'll see if I continue to think that or not. Cute. Alright, I've never seen that animation before. Okay, there's our fight. And let's see what we get as a reward. Tommy is pretty flattered. Oh, thank you. Please have this treasure map for the trouble. He makes way blushing, but rival is already gone with the Viking ship. But we got some praise and a treasure map. Everyone takes a look, and it points to either a difficult-to-reach area, which gives us a chance at the Leprechaun, or a landmark the locals might recognize, which gives us a chance at the Viking drinking horn. We don't want the sword. The sword is for an aggressive crew. I think the Viking drinking horn is better for a friendly crew, so let's go for that. Hildegard thinks it's nonsense not to use the knowledge of the locals and goes smoozing with them. The campaign quickly yields results. Not only is your cause much supported, but by stringing the stories together, you infer the location of the hidden treasure. See what we get. We got the horn. Alright. +2 campaign if you resolve an encounter friendly. Very nice. Or 1 to 3 extra stats from campaign, which will help us with our campaign token master. So I'm going to take that. Alright. Time to meet the Emperor. And we got our Collector of Campaign, too. Alright, we're up to 19 out of 24 for our campaign token master. I'll have to keep working on that. Let's see how we did. I'm most worried that we got enough study in order to fill out a tree. That looks like it's probably going to be enough, or very close to it. Oh yeah, we're going to be fine. Okay, good. Very good. Getting the 60 research there from our campaign, from Hildegard's Captain perk, really benefited us. Extra 60 research is a lot at this point in the game. Alright, politely decline the ceremony. We don't need to go see the Emperor, but we are going to take our membership badge for our 2 supplies. Alright. Very good. Now, in this particular case, I normally make a rush straight for observations. Advance the research faster, gives us a free perk, and there's a lot of nice things in here for insight as well. But in this case, because we're going to be getting so much status, I think we're going to go history instead. So let's do that. Unlock history. A lobbyist joins your entourage and gives us 5 campaign. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds really good. But before we do that, we might want to upgrade our campaign token. 1 second. +1 to 2 stats from campaign. Anything else we might want? No, okay, that's it. So yeah, 1 to 2 stats from campaign, very nice. And we already did the upgrade that makes our entourage shops 40% cheaper to upgrade, which is good. I wouldn't mind going for 1 treasure hunt whenever we resolve an encounter friendly. We probably will get enough campaign on this mission to do so. So let's go ahead and level this up. Grab another lobbyist. And we'll go back to our other shop and grab a lobbyist from there too. Okay. Oh, 1 away. Really? We will probably be able to, at some point, afford to get another lobbyist. Yeah, 144. Probably right now, in fact. Let's just grab this. We get a free lobbyist and 5 campaign. Oh, that would have done it right there, actually. Yep, that does it. Okay, there we go. We got our campaign token master. We're already up to 25 average resources for every campaign token. Really, really nice. Extra token from each study, campaign, and collect when you spend insight. Nice. +1 campaign when you enter an encounter, or +3 for an epic encounter. And gain 1 insight every time you finish an expedition. Cool. Okay, now we have 60 research needed for the next one. I would love to get exploration records. I don't know if we can get that much study, though. 60 study? Well, out of 5 insight. We'd get 12 to 18 from this, but we'd get 8 to 16 from Hildegard. So that's almost as good. And we get the study with it, so we're going to do that. And we're just going to try to get to 60 study. We might not be able to make it, but if not, that's the way it goes. Looks like we are not currently going to make it. We have 2 insight left. And we would only make it if we rolled the maximum here, which we're not going to. But the same is true here. Well, let's see here. 12. It would be more likely for us to get the 60 we need here. Yeah, let's do that. Well, actually, okay, let me do the math again. We need 25. 25. Yeah, it's really unlikely from here, and it's very, very likely doing it this way. So, unfortunately, I'm going to do it this way. I'm not thrilled about it, but this was the better decision, and we did get it. Having these supplies early is of crucial importance. And 15 extra now whenever you acquire a helper entourage. All right, cool. Unfortunately, we already bought all of ours, but that's okay. Cool, got our collector of campaign as well. So we're doing really well on points, 17 points to 3. Rival is not having a good time. And we've got quite a bit of campaign left. We could get more lobbyists, and I'm actually very tempted to. You know what? Yeah, more lobbyists. Let's look at let's try to get 1 specialist, maybe. Beguiler, naturalist, or rogue. Not that exciting. Or an extra study if you resolve an encounter friendly. Or an extra campaign if you resolve an encounter friendly. Let's take that. That seems good. Is there any other helper entourage we might want with our remainder here? A trader, merchant, extra stats from encounter? Sure, I'll grab one of those. Just short of getting another one. Oh well. Let's take a look at our shop. Alright, what do we got here? Survivalist navigation. Already have it on Padrino. Engineer advanced tools. We're not doing an engineer. Athlete stamina. Hojo could use that. Let's see if we can give that to him. And translation guide to gain diplomat languages. Already has languages. Not a big deal then. All right. Pretty good. We could grab a book for someone, but I think I'm going to save this for our second shop, which we get after the second expedition that has the specialty books in it. That's probably better to save our money for that. Oh, Hojo is one of the people who is upset about being led by a child. There's quite a few of those now. Come on, Hojo. What did Hildegard do to you? She's nice. You'll like her when you get to know her. All right. Yeah, that's a really good start. 17 points to 3. We didn't lose any resolve, and we got a lot of status there, and more to come because now each status token is going to give us 17 to 30 status and 2 to 4 research. That's pretty incredible. Considering a normal token gives you 10 to 15, where we've already basically doubled the amount of resources we get from every campaign token. Nice. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please put a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from the channel. The Long Dark should have come out just before this episode. I'm going to put a link to it right after this, directly on this video if you're on PC. If you're on tablet, unfortunately, it doesn't show up. But if you're on PC, just click on that. It'll go to the first episode of Long Dark. It's a special long episode. an hour long, and there are some very interesting things that happen in it. If you are not familiar with the game, check it out. You might enjoy it. If you are familiar with the game, check it out anyway. There's some interesting stuff that goes on there. Hopefully that'll be a series that people will enjoy. I am considering doing 2 videos of that a day, as well as the 2 videos of Renowned Explorers, if people like it. So let me know. If you enjoy the series, drop me a comment, drop me a like, or post on Twitter to me, and let me know that you're enjoying it, and I will try to get out more content. It's all based on what you guys want to see. With that said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.